Today, we're going to review the P10c and maybe a cameo from another P10 that's new to the channel, new to me, but mostly today we'll focus on this guy.
I need to call in Jerry Mikulik for his eagle powers. I really like to ride that slide. I wish I didn't. Lots of downward pressure. Gun ran just fine. Alright, so I messed around a little bit at 25 yards, you can see there, and it's not too much of a challenge. The pistol stays pretty flat, and these extended mags give me a lot of ammo. Extended base plates, really. So I moved it out to 50 yards. I don't know if the camera will track with me really well, but if you can see out here, I've got that 2/3 size silhouette over this way, and we're gonna just see how many rounds I get at the 50-yard marker. I'm just using bulk ammo, nothing real special, nothing expensive, but it should hold a pattern at 50 yards. So I'll go ahead, not really timed, just taking my time. So one thing I've had repeatedly with this pistol is failure to lock open, not necessarily because of the pistol, kind of the design. This right here, this panel, it's relatively flat on the release. I don't know if you can see that or not. The camera's gonna freak out on me. And it's ambidextrous on both sides, and unfortunately, the way that I put my hands out there, it just happens to ride right where my thumb likes to be. It's from shooting, when I was shooting single double CZs with that decocker, my thumbs would ride right on that. I could put kind of downward pressure a little bit, and it gave me a little resistance, and now I tend to ride that slide release or slide stop, whatever you call it, slide catch. I tend to ride it really bad. So when I run out of bullets, I get one of those. I tend to have to switch it out. Luckily, I don't do a bunch of mag change drills. That's not something I'm overly concerned about. When I don't carry spare mags anymore. I don't think it's realistic or practical. I just like to be able to shoot well, and that's something this pistol allows me to do. I shoot this pistol better than every other pistol that I owned in the past, and in fact, I've got another one, P10s, I'll show you in a little bit. I'm going to take a few more rounds here at 50. That's not terrible. That's not a terrible ratio for a 2/3 size target. Could do better, could do worse. Like I said, I'm totally sunblind right now. Don't have my glasses on. All the excuses. The pistol, though, not me, the pistol does really well. The pistol would hit him 10 times out of 10. So as long as I keep that front sight in focus, I hit the target. It does well. when you're doing about 20 rounds or 15 rounds or whatever I am, eventually you start to mess around a little bit. That trigger, though, is fantastic. Let's take a look at the P10s quick.
All right, guys, I got to be quick because my kid is going to wake up here pretty sure very shortly. This is the P10s. It's only slightly different than the P10c. This is P10c is a Gen 1, the one that I have here. And this is a newer generation, but it is not an optics ready. I don't care about that. That's not a big deal to me. You notice that just on the front it has like a slightly different bezel, I think you call that. It doesn't have Picatinny all the way to the end. It's not flush, so whatever. Functionally, it makes no difference other than flashlight spacing. Probably have to run a smaller flashlight on this guy. The sights that it came with are flat black in the rear, an orange ring around some tritium. Really like that. In the sunlight, it's fantastic. Although I'll say in the P10c, I have a night vision with yellow. The yellow sticks out better in all situations than the orange. Just a personal opinion. These sights sit up a little higher. I noticed that the guide rod, internally, that guide rod system is a little different. It's kind of the two-part system. Looks like a plunger. That piece, it didn't make a difference for me. The recoil impulse was fantastic. Being non-ambidextrous means that this actuates a little differently. And some people would say it's smoother. I would probably say it's smoother than the Gen 1. I really didn't have that much trouble with the Gen 1 P10c magazine release. I know Vickers had trouble with it. I didn't care. It wasn't a big deal. Texture is great. That's one of my favorite things about the pistol. It points so naturally. One of the things I like about this little bit bigger size than the G26 is I can grab it with a lot more confidence than with a really, really tiny pistol. And so that's kind of one of the things. I want to have a 1 second draw, something like that. If I have a 1 second draw with all my coats on in the winter time or in the summertime when I'm just wearing a t-shirt, there's some confidence there, and the texture helps me with that. The natural point helps me with that. I'm able to just point the pistol a lot of times and hit my target even at distance. It just points so well for me. So this is an awesome pistol. I don't have that much to say about it though because it's under 1,000 rounds. I think I'll probably be carrying some sort of Federal round, something like this. 150 grain, meant for subcompacts. It's a little lighter on the recoil, but so far completely reliable and very accurate. It's done well. Let's talk about the P10c though, just really briefly. The P10c, this is a Gen 1 version of that. I like that I'm able to wear a good sized light on there that keeps it just that much more flat. If you think it's a flat shooter without the light, and once you add a light on there, you can just speed through this thing. The trigger is a little lighter. It's a little better than the other ones in the series. I think this probably has the best trigger. I know some people will notice, like if you're a target shooter, you'll notice, so there's this that exists, some pre-take up. That's fine. That doesn't bother me. I'm super used to that. The brake is real smooth. The reset is, it's very tactile. It's not a long distance to travel, but there's a little, after that reset, there's a little movement if you're really looking for it. When I'm shooting targets and I'm shooting quickly, I never notice that. When I'm shooting groups, I rarely notice it. Okay, rarely. But I've also got, I don't know, something like 7,000 rounds through the pistol. It's really, really great. I love it. I think it's a fantastic carry option. It's a great range toy just to mess around. A lot of people, I put it in their hand and they shoot better. I don't know how many guys who have shot Glocks their whole life, I've put this in their hand and immediately in the same session, they shot better. And some of that could be that they just didn't have good fundamentals and that lighter trigger helped them. That could be it. Sometimes there's beginner's luck, sure. But I'm just going to say I think it's the design of the pistol. I think it just shoots well. It's a good design. There's lots of great polymer miracle pistols out there nowadays. This is mine. This is what I'm going to continue to carry. I probably should change out that guide rod and spring after this many rounds. It's just a good idea to do. But other than that, I have no complaints. You can break down the pistol real quick. For wear points internally, it's everything that you would expect. If I can focus here. I don't see any shiny spots in the wrong spots. You know, I don't see anything that's excessively wearing. I know I looked for some of those early reviews to see what guys were having, problems with, and I've never experienced any of that. And neither have my friends. A lot of people online aren't seeing that, so I think that might have just been the first couple CZs out of the factory. So this is a Gen 1 pistol, and it's just very, very normal. No problems with it. No reliability issues. No problems with the striker. This is my first striker-fired pistol that no, that's not true. I had an XDS. It's my first striker-fired pistol that I ever did anything with, that's for sure. The XDS I really didn't. I didn't compete with in any competition. I didn't shoot it real hard. It was mostly just my carry gun, you know. Considerations that I would make about it are if you really are going to be doing a lot of mag change drills and that kind of thing, if you just anticipate that you're going to be changing mags in a gunfight, going through more than 16 rounds, you'll have to practice or train yourself to not ride this thing, because I ride it like every time. It's been a couple years now and I still do it. I don't care though. It's fine. It helps me keep the pistol nice and flat, and recoil mitigation is, you know, easier when I can put that downward pressure there. It just happens to fall right where my thumb is. Other than that, I don't have any problems with the pistol at all. I think it's fantastic. Go ahead and trade out that front sight if you care. For me, it was a big improvement. Optics ready. Versions exist. If you need the Gen 2, go for the Gen 2. But the trigger is great. The pistol is great overall. Reliability is fantastic. I have nothing else to say that's new or original. I'm just continuing on the trend that this has been a great production pistol. Very reliable. Very few problems that exist out there. I think you're going to hear some people complain about those early generation pistols, but other than that, it's pretty rare that a lemon comes out of the CZ factory, even with these polymer pistols. If you like that, go ahead and like, share, subscribe. If you had a different experience, go ahead and comment down below. I would not be opposed to hearing what's going on out there, in case that protects me from a further purchase in the future. Maybe there's things I don't know about. Maybe I got lucky and my pistols just work really well. I would love to hear what your experience is. Other than that, be looking forward to a 1,000 round update, probably in a couple weeks, of the P10s. Good job, CZ. I like your pistols. They're definitely becoming classics fast for me.